with me, I'm deep in the street.
And then they treat us wrong and
Mess
shit
with
like
me, I'm deep in the street.
Long as you know all the right people, you know what I'm saying?
Mess with me, I'm
You
deep
be
in the
on
street.
like bullshit.
Hey, say, they go street recognition.
Street recognizing the street.
The crossroads of loyalty and love. In the humid heart of Baton Rouge, where the Mississippi River hums with secrets, Kevin Gates stood at a crossroads. His life, a tapestry of raw lyrics and hard-earned wisdom, was unraveling under the weight of fame, faith, and tangled relationships. The year was 2025, and the world was watching his every move, especially when it came to the two women who defined his heart. Dreka, his wife of a decade, and Brittany Renner, the enigmatic spark who'd ignited his soul. The foundation, Kevin and Dreka. Kevin and Dreka Gates had built an empire from the ground up. Since their teenage years, they'd been inseparable. Two kids from the South with dreams bigger than the bayou. Dreka wasn't just his wife. She was his manager, his muse, the co-founder of Breadwinners Association. They'd weathered storms together, Kevin's prison stints, the grind of the music industry, and the birth of their two children, Isla and Kaza. Their love was a fortress, unyielding, rooted in loyalty and a shared hustle. But by 2022, cracks began to show. Kevin's freestyle Super General dropped like a confession, its lyrics slicing through their public image. He rapped about infidelity, emotional distance, and a marriage stretched thin. Dreka, ever the stoic, retreated to her farm in Mississippi, pouring her energy into her wellness brand, Love's Harvest. She posted serene videos of barefoot walks and skincare routines, but her silence about Kevin spoke volumes. They were still legally bound, their Instagram accounts no longer following each other, yet Dreka never confirmed a split. She was a queen in her own right, choosing peace over public drama. The spark, Brittany Renner. Enter Brittany Renner, a woman whose name had been whispered in Kevin's orbit since 2018. A fitness influencer with a magnetic presence, Brittany was no stranger to the spotlight. Her past relationships with NBA star PJ Washington, rapper Lil Uzi Vert, and others had made her a tabloid staple, but she was more than headlines. By 2024, Brittany had undergone a transformation, converting to Islam and embracing a life of sobriety and celibacy. She spoke openly about her search for truth.
I've been in search of the truth my whole life, looking for some sort of guidance in the stars, astrology, numerology. But the truth is, the only guidance is God's guidance. And when you don't live for God, you live for others. My life has been a reflection of that. I have profited off my body, beauty, antics, often drunken, giving myself to the world, hoping for something back, wondering why I'm feeling empty.
Her smile no longer strained, but serene, guided by faith. Kevin and Brittany's paths first crossed publicly in 2022 at Rolling Loud, Miami. Backstage, their interview crackled with chemistry, flirtatious banter, knowing glances. He name-dropped her in Super General, called her out in Bad for Me, and cast her in its video, where she played the seductress to his conflicted heart. Fans speculated, but the connection fizzled, or so it seemed. In March 2025, they reappeared together on DDG's livestream, laughing like old friends. Days later, Kevin posted a video of them in a car, holding hands, vibing to Soul for Real's Candy Rain. He captioned it, "If unbothered was a person, #love this for me." The internet exploded. Fans screamed for Dreka, while others marveled at Brittany's glow, her modest attire a stark contrast to her past. Kevin called her his wife in one clip, a word that sent shockwaves. Was it a metaphor, a Muslim man's declaration, or something more? The conflict, a triangle of truth. The story took a darker turn when Persia P., a woman claiming to be Kevin's girlfriend, emerged. She posted a leaked phone call, her voice trembling with betrayal. "You told me you were legally separated from Dreka," she said, accusing Kevin of manipulating her while cozying up to Brittany. Persia threw shade at Brittany's faith, calling her conversion a trend and her dating history a hypocrisy. She even claimed Kevin's team had threatened her for speaking out.
I've seen it and decide to hit him up to meet up. Just disgusting. He called you washed several times and that you lost your glow. That just goes to show you how this man just uses women when it's beneficial to him. Just manipulative and narcissistic as fuck. You turned Muslim because it's a trend and it's honestly a mockery to the religion. Cut it out. Brittany, you preach that you don't want to deal with a man that deals with multiple women, yet you're dealing with one. How contradicting is that? And I'm all about being devoted to one God, but do it for the right reasons. You literally turned to Islam because you're on your last leg. Women always want to turn to religion as their last outlet. Was this the clout y'all was looking for? To make herself lit on her little show for Basketball Wives? Because she has no one else, obviously. Knowing that I was just laid up in the bed with you.
Kevin didn't flinch. He clapped back at trolls on Brittany's Instagram, writing, "Motive accomplished," and "Happiness looks good on me." Brittany, meanwhile, stayed quiet, reposting Kevin's clips but never addressing the drama. Her faith, she'd said, was her anchor. When Allah places something in your heart, nothing can stand in its way. Dreka, ever the enigma, finally spoke. In a rare interview, she addressed the chaos with grace. "I'm rocking with Kevin regardless," she said. "We're working on ourselves. Life evolves, and so do we." Her words hinted at an open arrangement, a modern take on their bond, perhaps influenced by their shared Muslim faith, which allows for multiple wives under certain conditions. Fans were divided. Some saw Dreka as a pick-me, others as a woman who transcended the noise. The resolution, a new harmony. One humid evening, Kevin invited both women to his Baton Rouge studio. The air was thick with tension, but also possibility. Dreka arrived first, her presence grounding, her eyes carrying the weight of their history. Brittany followed, her headscarf framing a face that radiated calm. Kevin, his tattoos a map of his struggles, stood between them, not as a man torn, but as one seeking truth. "I ain't perfect," he began, his voice raw, "but I love y'all both in ways that don't compete. Dreka, you're my foundation, my kid's mother, my partner in this game. Brittany, you're my mirror, showing me who I can be when I lean into faith." He spoke of his Muslim beliefs, of building a life where love wasn't confined to one heart, but shared with intention and respect. Dreka nodded, her lips curling into a faint smile. "I've always known who you are, Kevin. I'm not here to chain you. I'm here to grow with or without you." Brittany, tears in her eyes, added, "I didn't come to break anything. I came to build, if there's space." The three talked until dawn, not as rivals, but as souls navigating uncharted waters. They agreed to a new kind of family, one where Dreka remained Kevin's anchor, running her empire and co-parenting their kids, while Brittany became his spiritual partner, inspiring his music and faith. It wasn't a traditional love story, but it was theirs, rooted in honesty and mutual respect. The epilogue, The World Watches. Weeks later, Kevin dropped a new single, Crossroads, a track that wove their story into haunting melodies. Fans dissected the lyrics, some praising the trio's boldness, others clutching pearls. Dreka posted a photo of her farm, captioned, "Peace is my power." Brittany shared a black and white shot of her and Kevin praying together, her caption simple, "Alhamdulillah." The world kept talking, but Kevin, Dreka, and Brittany had found their rhythm. In a life where loyalty and love often clashed, they carved out a space where both could coexist, proving that sometimes the heart's truth is bigger than the headlines.
I'm deep in the street.
And then they treat us wrong and shit like
I'm deep in the street.
Long as you know all the right people, you know what I'm saying?
That's it, man. I'm
You
deep
be
in the
on
street.
like bullshit.
Hey, say, they go street recognition.
Street recognizing the street.